because this is a huge move here with SRPT. The stock last night, and I was late to get back to the SDN room last night, but I got in there and I was like trying to get in there as fast as I can. I was like, it was like a 27 or 28 bucks when I popped in the SDN room. I'm like, this move, and people at the SDNers can vouch for me, is ridiculously stupid. Like, it was up 60%. So I was like, if I was long Sarepta, which I am, I would sell right now. So, which I was doing. And I know there's multiple people. I know Intern was one. I know multiple people who took a short actually on it last night. So good job there. I just want to give the news here. And there's a lot of news. They dropped a lot of headlines. So there's a lot to take in last night. But and then we'll start analyzing the technicals on it a little bit, with Joel. But, Sarepta last night at 4 o'clock comes out with this strategic restructuring and pipeline prioritization plan. So which they need. But then it goes on, and I want to keep Brent in this discussion too, if we can bring Brent back, because he's got a tweet for us too. Then they go on, they're firing 36% of the workforce, and which is going to, give them $400 million in annual cost savings. That sounds a little bit desperate to me. And then you have, Adam Fierstein making some fantastic points. And Brentster, if you have those points that he's making on Twitter last night, and if you don't follow Adam Fierstein, he is the biotech analyst. Like, he's the guy. So he is the one. If you don't follow him, because he knows more about biotech than anybody. So Adam Fierstein jumping in and is not pleased. So just this tweet: after firing 500 employees, cutting programs, and decimating the stock price, all after 2 wheelchair-bound boys died because of Elevidus, CEO Doug Ingram keeps his job. Ian Estepan promoted to president, COO with a salary bump. Luis Rodino Klopak, sorry about these names, promoted to president, research and development and technical operations with a salary bump. Ryan Wong promoted to CFO. So basically all the top execs moved up and got a salary bump, and then they fired 36%. So the little guys they fired, and all the people who were probably responsible, the big names behind all this, keep their jobs and get salary bumps. So Adam Fierstein, not pleased. Those are his words, not mine. I've been a shareholder in Sarepta. I think this was a good opportunity to get the hell out. And I was using that opportunity last night. So stock, how high? Talk to us on the technicals here a little bit, Joel.
Wow. 29.32 is where it got to. And when it was up 60%. So it broke when Brent was on, and I'm like, it's a biotech, there's a big short interest, I wouldn't want to get ahead of it too early. This move, technicals, I mean, when these kind of moves happen, this is a 5-minute chart. You can't be looking at charts. If you want to sell it, if you have a position you want to get out, throw out, X at 27, X at 28, X at 20, whatever you want to get rid of, because once it turns, you got to wait for a bit, and it turned. I will say, because it's a messy looking chart, we got the gaps and everything, I'm going to give my hand to the short-term traders right now. And I'm just looking at like this 24 area. There's been consolidation since 7 o'clock. Get a little bit of a 24 bid. Yeah. Work your way up. I think it's going to have a really hard time getting back over 29. And then on the downside, like, well, what are the shorts? There's shorts that are buried, right? I don't know how many, but people that shorted it on that pop, they're going to put some bids out there. They don't know where this thing's going to go. So I don't think it's automatically going to give all of it back. I just want to talk about it.
And I'm not saying it's going to get all of it back either here. Yep. I just think that you've got a stock, just to lay it all out a little bit good, and good job with the technicals there, Joel. You've got a stock that is sitting near 52-week lows that has been absolutely decimated. There is bag holders all over the place in this, including myself. So, I mean, when you get these 60% pops on workforce reductions, this isn't like, oh, we have the drug cured, something. This isn't like, a game changing. This is simply feels like cost cutting out of necessity. Cost cutting that, they need to do because they realize there's a possibility the drug could get pulled. There's a possibility, we've got some other issues here. I mean, so many issues still with Sarepta. When it gives you these outs, and that's really what it was last night, $28, $29 was now 23. I mean, we've given back a little bit here. So it's anybody's guess. Is it good that they were doing this? Sure. Was it a 60% move last night? That was overshot. That's algos going nuts. And we see this again and again. Brentster, you see it again. The algos just go nuts in this market. Like as we get more algorithmic, as there's more these moves are more exaggerated. And I think as a human being, you can rationalize it and sometimes take advantage of the algo's irrational exuberance, to quote Alan Greenspan.
I'm agreement. I like what Adam says, and like when I see the release and I see that, give me some really good news. Like you have something, like a trial, like something substantial. You're bringing it to the market. This is, this is what we're doing. This is our plan. This is our next step. This is what we're doing. So, sentiment, algos run with it, but also, what about the people that just never dabbled in this thing at 80 or 70 or 60 or 50 or 40, but they dabbled in it under $20, just maybe they'll come out with some.
Well, they got a windfall last night.
They did. And why would they wait around? Like, what was it? Maybe they're buying, a boatload of shares.
They sold. Yeah, they sold all night.
Yes.
They sold all night. So that's my thoughts on SRPT. Going forward here, I just think there's a lot of work here yet. Can the stock have a full turnaround still? And is it a bad thing that they're doing workforce reduction? No, I think the stock should rally. I just think a 60% rally on this was overdone. So now we're up 28%. So it feels a little bit more. It still feels a little bit overdone. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the lower 20s here. But it has been a steady leak all night and really hasn't found, a floor since that ridiculous algorithmic run that it had just after 4 o'clock.
I'll say just one thing. Whoever missed it at 27, 28, and 29, they're loading. They're there at 26. So if you do get a pop there, that's just based on the 15-minute chart.